Of Chicago's organized crime syndicate known as the Chicago Outfit is one of America's most famous gangsters.
And now some of his most personal belongings are going up for auction, from his favorite pistol to jewelry and family mementos. Collectors are sure to flock to this online auction next month. Diane Capone is the granddaughter of Al Capone, and she joins us now to talk a little bit about the auction. Diane, thanks for being with us.
It's my pleasure. Glad to be here.
I need to start with a question I'm sure you get asked all the time, and that is, what is it like to be the granddaughter of Al Capone? Was this a big figure in your life in the early years?
Well, he certainly was. He was a wonderful grandfather. Sadly, I didn't have him for as long as I wished I could have, but he was a very devoted, loving grandfather. He always had a smile on his face, very attentive to my sisters and me, and he was wonderful. Very loving family.
Okay, good to know. So I got to look at the website today that has some of those auction items on there. Why did you decide to put those up now?
Well, because my sisters and I are getting older, and we're very mindful of the fact that we're not going to be here forever, and we didn't want anybody else to have to deal with this, with all of these things, especially given that they don't know all the stories that go with these things, or which of these things, or which of these items belong to whom. And so we decided, based on that and the fact that we're having all these horrible fires in California, and we were terrified that we could lose everything.
So tell me a little bit about some of the items. Let's start with his pistol. I mean, this was just not some gun he had. This was a prized possession.
This particular one he called his sweetheart, and it was a .45 caliber. It is a gun that he carried with him for protection. As you well know, there were many attempts on his life, and that was his favorite gun to have with him if he needed protection.
I thought it was so interesting. One of the things on there, it's a handwritten letter, and correct me if I'm wrong, that he sent to his son from Alcatraz. Some of the things on there, some of the items, you've got them prized at a starting bid of as low as $100. Tell me a little bit more about some of them, and also what this handwritten letter may represent and may tell us about his life and who he was.
Okay, the items, a lot of them are priced at a lower figure, but they go up from there. I don't know how that's all worked out. Brian Witherall, after everything being appraised, Brian Witherall figured out how we were going to start the auction or start the bidding. With regard to the letter is something that my grandfather wrote to my father when my father was a teenager. And Papa, that's what we called my grandfather, Papa wrote this beautiful 3-page letter in which he calls my dad, dearest son of my heart. I think that letter says so much about who he was as a parent, as a loving human being. He idolized his son.
So how do you and the rest of the family kind of reconcile the loving Papa with the notorious mobster that the rest of us have heard about for decades?
You know, I can't. I can't reconcile that. I didn't know anything about his public life. Obviously, by the time he came back to Florida after he'd been in prison, it was 1940, and he lived as a private person once he came back. He had gone through a spiritual awakening while he was in Alcatraz. And so the last several years of his life, while we were born and spent all the time that we did with him, he spent a lot of time going to Mass. He was trying to make peace with everything in his life. And I think he did. I think he died a happy man surrounded by his loved ones.
So interesting. Okay, we'll take a look a little bit more at those mementos. Again, that auction, I believe, is October 8th.
That's right. Friday night at 6 o'clock.
There you go.
California time.
All right. Thank you so much, Diane Capone. If you want more information about the auction, we're going to put a link on our website, WGNTV.com.
Next for us, the injury bug bites